Om. Om. Om Sri Mahaganapataye Namaha. Om Sri Saraswatye Namaha. Sadashiva Samarambham Vyasa Shankara Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Vande Guru Paramparam Samasta Jana Kalyani Niradam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurun Brahmavidvaram Sadgurun Brahmavidvaram Shruti Smruti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavatpada Shankaram Lokashankaram Shankaram Lokashankaram Om Sri Chinmaya Sadgurave Namaha Om Sri Tapovana Sishyaya Namaha. Okay. Let us chant the Shanti Patha for Ishavasya Upanishad. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Now we are at the last two mantras of the Ishavasya Upanishad. It has totally only 18 mantras. We have done so far 16 mantras. First two mantras explain in a summary about the Jnana Marga and then Nishkama Karma Yoga. And then verses 3 to 8 explain the importance of the Jnana Marga and what it is. And what is the phala. Phala means result of the Jnana Marga. Then from verses 9 to the end, it talks about various aspects of Karma Marga as karma with desires, Sakama Karma, which takes you to higher worlds, but not necessarily all the way up to Hiranyagarbha. And then Upasana with desires, which takes you to the specific world of the deity, but not to the Satyaloka. Then combining them with Nishkama, then you goes to Satyaloka. Means from there you don't return. It's a Kama Mukti. You stay there until the Srushti is dissolved. When then along with Brahmaji you join with the true self. That's Kama Mukti. Whereas Jnani has no journey. He realizes his self and then negates all the mental tendencies as just appearance. And then he has no karma from the past or from the future to affect him. The present karma will continue until the body drops. Jnana. So Samuchaya is. So Upasana Samuchaya is also explained. Upasana Samuchaya means you can Hiranyagarbha Upasana or Avyakta Upasana. Individually, if you do that Hiranyagarbha Upasana, you go to Hiranyagarbha. Or Avyakta Upasana means you go to a state like unmanifest in Pralaya and then you reborn after new creation. But if you do together, then it takes you to Satyaloka, Kama Mukti. This is explained. Then from verses 15, 16, 17, 18, they are actually the Upasaka expressing he praying for the journey towards the Hiranyagarbha, that may be easy for him. He's imagining he's still here, but he's praying, he's learning that prayers and also identifying with that journey. of when the body drops and all that. 15 and 16, it talk to the Surya Bhagavan. Surya Narayana, we have to say. The, the existence conscious principle behind sun, not the physical sun. And that is same as us in at our core. So at that state you are meditating. So beautiful mantras, 6, 15 and 16. Now we are going to do 17 and 18. There are also prayers by the departing souls while alive or when dying. Okay, or practicing the journey in your, as imagining your fall of the body. So this is to Agni Devata. Okay, now let us chant mantra number 17. Yes. Vayuranilamamrutam athedam bhasmantakam shariram om krato smara kratagam smara krato smara kratagam smara. Vayuranilamamrutam athedam bhasmantam shariram om krato smara krutam smaro smara. Sorry. Om krato smara krutagam smara krato smara krutagam smara. Okay. Now the upasaka is not the jnani. He is the upasaka. He is seeing God different from himself, but is the all-pervading power. And I am separate from it. That is his way of looking at it. Upasaka. But he is identifying with that you are the supreme, I am only appearance in you or something like that, but he's not saying I don't exist, you don't exist, everything is only one. That state of purity he doesn't have. But he has tremendous support in his heart, that he has conviction that Shiva is my God, Brahma is Narayana, like that he has clarity in his heart. He's talking, he's imagining the process of death. Vayuhu anilam amrutam adha idam bhasmantam shariram. The breathing, the swasha or prana in this body will merge with amrutam anilam, with the cosmic air. He's realizing this body is made of parts. They're all borrowed. None of them are ours. We borrowed them and then we are operating them and claiming ownership. Lifetime warranty Bhagavan gave. You may say. So he is now acknowledging the fact he is just a phenomena with the borrowed goods. So first thing he's saying, life, average human beings say what is life? They say prana is life. Once the prana stops, we say he is gone, right? So that's why he's saying the breathing air in this body as breathing would stop and merge with the cosmic air all around us. Number one. Then in Hindu Sampradaya, people cremate the body. Then the rest of the materials, bhasmantam shariram, they end up as ashes. But you are still there as a subtle body. He knows that. Because he understands he is the operator behind the equipment. So now he's saying, okay, this is going to happen. Everything will drop off. I will remain. Then what should I do? Om krato smara krutagam smara. Hey mind, this is Sushma Sarira. which is not a product of the grassified elements. So it is still there. Ho krato smara, O mind, smara, remember. What? Kritagam smara, whatever deeds you have done, remember. Krato smara, Kritagam smara. Again, he is repeating, please remember the upasana you have done. Because he knows that travels with you. The punya you did travels with you. That is the support using your walking. All the good things you have done, charities you have done, love you have distributed, seva you have done to society and also to organizations. Purity you exhibited in your life and walk, and also physical and mental level. You are now remembering, you're telling yourself, remember all that I have done for you and you have inspired me to do. Now let us now work together. He's requesting in his journey, he's putting application as though, filing an application as though all these things we have done, let us please work together. It is very similar to some slokas in Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavan Krishna, you see, Bhagavad Krishna is basically, Bhagavad Gita is nothing more than essence of Upanishads. So I will take those two or three slokas. He says, 8th chapter, 5th sloka, Antakale cha mameva smaran uttva kalebaram yah prayati samadbhavam yati nanyatra samsayah. He says, Antakale, the time of passing, Mameva smaran uktva kalebaram. Those who leave the body remembering me. Yah prayati samadbhavam. They reach the state of equanimity. Yati nasti atra samsaya. There is no doubt about it. The fact that yah prayati, because he is traveling, he says that it means it is a kama mukti. Jnani, there is no journey. He transcended karma. So Krishna is referring to only krama mukti. Then 6th sloka, 8th chapter, Yam yam vapi smaran bhavam tyajantyante kalebaram tam tameva iti kaunteya sada sadbhava bhavitaha. So he is saying, Yam yam vapi smaran bhavam, whatever deep embedded bhava means your identification with higher reality, whatever the identification you have, and think, whatever you remember and drop the body, tantamevaiti kaunteya, you reach that only. Why? Because sada sadbhava bhavitaha, because that was your part of your thinking process. Basically, what he's saying is, suppose you have 1,000 thoughts, out of those thousands, 900 are God, or true God. Suppose I'm giving a talk, Bhagavan is working through me. Like that, if you have a lifestyle, sukha dukhe samay krutva labha labho jayaya, get success, thank you. If a failure, thank you. Prasada buddhi, and then also no katrutva. Whatever comes to you, accept it as God. So what you do, everything you are doing, you're reflecting off a medium called Bhagavan. Normally what we do, we take credit for everything if it is success. We blame somebody if it's a failure. But neither way, we don't think of God. Here, so that's why bhaktas go to higher worlds because their mind is, ahankara is so diluted, God takes care of the rest. Once the body drops, we don't have willpower. But that bhava will carry you. Just like in a dream, you don't have any willpower. Same thing, once the body and intellect, they become disconnected from the prana and all that, you have just your samskaras will carry you after that. Because it is not a physical journey. Therefore, Krishna concludes in Tasmat Sarveshu Kaleshu Mam Anusmara Yudhvecha. It's a very famous quotation. Tasmat Sarveshu Kaleshu Mam Anusmara Yudhyacha. Mayarpita Mano Buddhi Mame Vaishyasya Samsayaha. And he's saying, Assa, don't have a doubt. Tasmat Sarveshu Kaleshu Mam Anusmara Yudhyacha. Therefore, you always perform your activities keeping your upasaka deva in your mind. In Bhagavatam it says, even if you slip, say Krishna. Even if you sneeze, say Krishna. Suddenly you burn your hand, Krishna, Krishna. Without your knowledge, you step on a small ant, and then, oh, Krishna, Krishna. Like that. What is going on? You are reflecting your thought process through an identified medium. Mayarpita manobuddhi, the intellect which is in the heart, that which is offered to me, mame vaishyasi, that attains me, asamshayaha. There is no doubt in it. See, it makes sense, right? You become what you think. Always. Whatever you keep thinking, that's what you become. But you don't realize that. That's why I keep thinking always in the past and future. That is why you are always worried. The past and future are gone. You have no control over it. But you're always remembering. So you always live in the past. And that's what becomes your nature. If you have nothing to worry, then you worry that I have nothing. Nobody is there. That's the way of. If you are really a devotee, you enjoy your presence. Our Gurudev always used to say, why inflict on others what you don't enjoy yourself? He used to say that. He also used to say, when Mahatmas come in, people gather. When people of hatred and highly egoistic people come, slowly others slip out. Not that they don't, they just want to do not disturb their mind. That's exactly it is. Just enjoy yourself, people will start accumulating around you. They feel it. In fact, there is a book called, suddenly I am not remembering the name. His name, Dr. Miller, he wrote it. He says those who are integrated personality, body and mind and intellect are integrated, who are efficient, and if somebody is sitting next to them, just they did experiment. They found that those people get a higher IQ scores simply because of the presence of this person sitting next to them. Because there is a field around everybody, that field also communicates with one another. The people become quiet. When they are quiet, their IQ increases. So it is very profound statement. Same thing with us. You are enjoying your own personality. What does it mean? When it is not split, there is integration. Gurudev always says integrated personality means body, mind, intellect. They do not have a conflict. They are not fighting with one another. When you don't have that fighting thing going on, that is possible when you have a life of clarity. As a Nishkam Karmi or as a Bhakta or Upasaka, and then the clarity transforms into Jnana when you understand the teachings of Upanishads. So, so basically, journey is given into the place where you yourself build ahead of time. That's why he's saying, Kutam smara, kutagum smara. Remember what I did. So you are already built the structure where you are going, that remembering that. You remember only what you already built. So that's what it is. Yeah, let us go to the last mantra. Mantra number 18. Yes. Agnenaya subhadharaye asman vishwani deva vayunani vidwan yodhyasmajjuhuranameno भूयिष्ठान्ते नममुक्तिं विधेम अग्नेनय सुपधाराये अस्मान् विश्वानि देववयुनानि विद्वान् योध्यस्मज्जुहुरानमेनो भूयिष्ठान्ते नममुक्तिं विधेम. Excuse me. This is a mantra. See, in the turn of the century, when the 1900s, 20th century left and 21st century came, we were in a satsang at 12 o'clock on December 31st. And Guruji was there. Swami Tejoman Maharaj was there. And satsang was going on exactly at 12 o'clock. That minute, he chanted this mantra. So this is extremely, pertinent mantra. This is Arya Samaj people, tremendously regard this mantra. He says the departing soul or the Upasaka in the same in the body. He is remembering, he is praying Agni Bhagavan. What he is saying? Agnenaya Supadharaye. Hey Agni Bhagavan, please lead me along the path of Suklagati, white path. I don't want to go in the dark path, white path, Supadha. No confusion. I'm going directly to my beloved God. Raye, along the path of white path to enjoy the results of my karma phala, nishkama karma or upasana. Asman vishwani deva vayunani vidwan. Hey Agni, you know all the deeds that I have done. Hey Deva, now he's addressing same Agni as Deva. Asman Vishwani Vainani Vidwan. You know all my past activities. Vishwani, all. Vishwani Vainani. Then he's saying, Yodhyasmajhuranamenaha. Asmat, ours, mine. Juhurana menuha. There is any crooked or heinous karma, if I have anything like that, please clear it all. See, this is a great virtue. To recognize your weaknesses and then pray God that I'm not going to do this again. Please remove this. Krishna will remove. Bhagavatam says that actually. But our problem is we start fresh. So this person is remembering this while he is dropping his body. This is virtue. Now he is imagining a state where he is not able to stand up and prostrate and then chant or do the stavas, that means Vishnu Sahasranama or Lalita Sahasranama. He's not in a position to do that. So he's saying, Bhuistante Nama Uktim Vidhema. I am doing salutations mentally. Bhuistam many times. Remove my sins if I had done things that are so bad that darken my path. Otherwise, brighten my path and take me to you. So prayer done with sincere heart and surrender instantly gives you results. Then mechanically has very little instant results. It has some adrusta phala, accumulates some phala. But with sincere heart, even if you do 5 minutes, it's worth 1 hour. The insincere, restless mind, if you do 1 hour, it has only 5 minutes value. So sincerely, he is now offering because he has no other alternative. He's passing. He's saying, I am not capable. Whatever I did, I did. But if it is something wrong, you are there for a reason. Indirectly, he's transferring the power of attorney to him. Bhuistante nama uktim vidhema. I am offering you repeatedly. Bhuistam is repeatedly. Bhuya, 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 bhuya. Bhuistam is superlative. I am offering you my pranams mentally many times. Please do this for me. So, very similar to, this Upanishads, we read this. Asatoma sadgamaya, tamasoma jyotirgamaya, murtyorma amrutangamaya. Asataha ma, not into darkness. Sat gamaya, not into untruth. You can say that also. Sat gamaya. May I go to the goodness, not to darkness, not to the darker worlds, but the Sat gamaya, the good worlds. Tamasoma jyotirgamaya. It's very clearly saying tamasoma, not into the darkness. Jyotirgamaya, into the brightness, through brightness. Suklava, Krishnagati, Suklagati. Krishnagati is actually not dark path, it is actually selfish, good actions, but you do selfish. Then Krishnagati, you go to Pitraloka and enjoy and come back. Smaller durations, but selfish activities. I want name and fame, and then you do certain donations and all that, and you want that acts up to also. That is selfish. So the Krishna Gati. Mutyorma, not into death. What is death means? The changes, the changing. Not into the changing environments. No, I don't want that. Amrutangamaya, into the changeless being. Awareness, consciousness, principle that is changeless. Not into the world of body, mind, and intellect, but the world of Omkara, Om. So that's why. So last 2 slokas that we covered today, again about the Upasaka passing on to the higher worlds. So this I'm going to give a summary. Before I go to summary, the tradition is we go back to first mantra to remind ourselves that we just are students. Every day is a new beginning for us to learn. So that's why we chant the first mantra once again. I will chant that. Om Ishavashamidam Sarvam Yatkincha Jagatyam Jagat Tena Tektena Bunjitaha Mahrutakasya Siddhanam. I will chant again. Om Ishavashyamidam Sarvam Yatkincha Jagatyam Jagatu Tena Tektena Bunjitaha Mahrutakasya Sviddhanam. Okay. So now I will take up the summary of the Upanishad. We have about 30 minutes. So, as I already mentioned, the first mantra, which I just chanted, is instructing us to see godliness everywhere. So I took some notes. I just want to ensure I cover the points because we have limited time. So basically, Ishavashyamidam Sarvam. That Sarvam word has to be clearly understood. When we say Sarvam, somehow, because of our conditioning, we don't include ourselves. We say Sarvam, but we don't include ourselves. So world, even if you say God is everywhere, you remain separate. So Sarva means it is like you are a wave, you are also made of the same thing as water, as the ocean, which is everything around. So that clarity has to be done. So that common mistake I want to just correct first. So you have to think God alone is real. So Ishvara Drushti will remove bondage. Otherwise, bondage will be stronger. Okay. So God has given this, God is operating it. And if when you are in quiet moment, God alone is there. Then when you perfect it, God alone is everything. Everything is just appearance in Him. And that is the truth. When the mind stops, you realize God is only the truth. Other existences are only appearances in it. God alone is the existence which appears as different. That's why Upanishads clearly says that even Kena Upanishad we saw. Whatever we experience is made possible because of the presence of consciousness. So if you look the consciousness through every object, every perception, every thought, consciousness alone clearly confirms itself. So you don't stop with the perception, but you realize it was possible because of consciousness illumining it. Then you shift your attention to consciousness. If you have that clarity, tena tektena bunjitaha magurta kasya siddhana. Once you have that clarity, tena tektena bunjitaha. Because of that clarity, God is all pervading oneness. You drop individual identification and enjoy. Enjoy bliss. And then he gives a reason, Magrutaha kasya sviddhanam. Don't entertain the thoughts of aggrandizing somebody else's wealth or your wealth. Because whose money is it anyway? It is just an appearance. The two ways Shankaracharya explains that it is all his. the bhakta. Otherwise, there's no such thing as money. It is only you. It's only your mental. The mind thinks it's money. So I gave an example that if you have a biscuit looking like a gold biscuit, if you give it to a, a and then another biscuit which is just a pure eatable biscuit, a little kid, 2-year-old boy will take it, and then between these two he will select the one which he can eat, not the gold, because the mind is not contaminated through some conditioning, whereas we never question us. A dog, for example, will take only the edible biscuit, not gold. So what is this? It's all in the mind. So whose mind belongs to whom? Bhagavan. Why? Because it operates in the presence of God. Then it stops when it expands. So expansion is possible through realizing God is everywhere and you are only an appearance. So if you cannot do that, verse number 2 says, Kurvanneveha karmani jijivshet satakam sama. You are not able to drop everything because you are still bound by ego. Then in such situation, you can perform karma yoga and then live 100 years. To make it worthwhile, the human life worthwhile. Evan tvai nanyadheto asti nakarma lipyate nave. This is the right way. If you cannot directly see godliness everywhere and revel in it, at least live in a life of purity with selfless activities, offering it to God. There is no other way. If you live self, you keep on binding yourself into the rut, and then you die also in the rut, the return in the rut. So from mantras 3 to 8, it talks about Jnana in itself, pure, as it is. So about 11 points I have written. So the best way to start this is you take from directly mantra number 8, I will chant, and then I will wrap around that mantra. She says, Saparayat Sukramakayamavranam Asnagaragam Suddhamapapavitham Kavirmanishi Paribhu Swayambhu Yadha Tatmatyorthan Yadha Tadhyatorthan Vedadhati Shaswati Samabhyaha Saparagat Sukramakayamavranam Asnagaragam Suddhamapapavitham Kavirmanishi Paribhu Swayambhu Yadha Tadyataha Ardhan Vyadadhat Shaswatibhya Samabhya. Correct. Vyadadhat. Correct. Suddenly, Padachetana, I got a little bit confused. Okay, no problem. So, he's explaining the Swarupa of Atma, our true self, not the ego. He's saying, Paryagat. I have also mentioned in the past, it is worth repeating here, consciousness or impersonal awareness and being is the only reality. It exists before the body is born and after the body drops. Body, it's not a part of the body or product of the body or a property of the body, because it's there before it came, before the body came. So our mind is always thinking consciousness is through me, because our eyes confuse you. And then we say consciousness is here. But this also run by consciousness. But we stop here, mind. Mind is also actually all pervading, but we start with the brain. Because body identification, that's all it is. So even when the body drops, it remains, because it was there before the body came. So it's not a part, a property, or a product of the body, consciousness. It remains even after the body drops. And you are that. This is just incidental, that is actual. So now this is what is explained. Aryagat, consciousness, they are all pervading. The limitations are imposed by the body mind because I am thinking that so on. So you withdraw into consciousness, the consciousness becomes all pervading. So, Aryagat, Shukram, pure consciousness. Akayam, Avranam, Asnaviragam. All the words from here. Akayam, it has no body. Avranam, it does not get wounded. Asnaviragam, it has no joints and connecting nerve system in the body. So it is not a grass body. Grass, by Bhagavan Shankaracharya in Nirvana Shatakam, he same thing he says. Mano buddhi hanka chitta, like this. Akaya, apa vidham. Papa means sinful. So it is not, it has no causal body. It's all our life history. All this is our history. Suddham, it has no impurity of mind. The mind might be in a state of coma, but if you have what you call conscious, subconscious body, then it will come back. So subconscious is pure and also conscious mind is pure. This is Kavihi, all knowing. All knowing is not an objective sense. Because of that, everything becomes known. It's light of lights. So it is like space. We don't see it because our mind is on moving things. It is like light, but you don't see it because our mind is only on objects reflected. Suppose I say, I have my two fingers here. You see this because there is light reflector of it. You see this because light reflector of this. But you don't infer there is light in between. Because we are only thinking, seeing whatever. But then if you put a finger in the middle, then you see that the light there also. If there is no light, then the middle, the finger I put there, you cannot see. Right? So light is all pervading, but you cannot see. You can only see if there is an object that is using light to come to your eyes. But it pervades the whole universe. Even in the space, you don't know there is something. But as soon as a planet comes there, then it shines. Then the light was there, but you cannot see light directly until something reflects it. Exactly space. You don't see that space in between. You only see, because we see grass. So in the same way, consciousness pervades everything. But you don't see because you're only seeing what your mind and body is used to seeing. So you have to learn this through scriptures. So one of the Mahatmas has given explanation. Why don't you? Consciousness is like space. Then you cannot connect it. So he says, I will. This is I before I also explained it because it's a concluding class. I will explain this again. Suppose there's a glass. Now, if I move, there's some hot water in this. If I move the glass, then the water inside, does it move or not? Answer is yes. If water does not move, then if I move the glass, the whole thing will be wet here. Right? So water will also move. Now, same thing, different question. Now, this has space inside and outside, and also space inside the metal here. Now, if I move this, does the space move along with inside? Our mind is tendency is just to say yes. But actually, because space was already there, before it came, space was already there. So because of space only, it came to be seen. So space doesn't have to move. It's moving in space. Similar question. Is the water in wave or wave in water? 99% of people say water is in wave because our mind is on the wave. But reality is wave is in water. Water was always there. Wave came temporarily. So all our perceptions are nothing but using the energy, consciousness, awareness already there. But then it forgets, and you put a what we call a color glasses on your heart, on your mind. Then you forget consciousness. That color glasses is nothing but your mind and your conditioning. That's all. So, Suddham tat ejati na ejati. This is sloka mantra number 5. I went back. Tat ejati na ejati. It moves, it does not move. It is to show it is all. See, our mind cannot understand this unless some of these contradictory statements are made. Why? Wherever you are seeing tadejati, taddejati, taddure, tadvantike, tadantarasya sarvasya, tadu sarvasyasya bahyataha. Mantra number 5. So it moves, it does not move. Why it is all pervading? To explain that all pervading, you have to say wherever you are, it is already there. You are moving, but it is already there. So from your point of view, it moved from there to here. But reality is you moved in it. Tad dure, it is very far because you are not able to grasp it. Tad antike, it is you. Tad antarasya sarvasya, it is essence of everything. Tadu sarvasya bahyataha, it is all pervading outside and inside. What it means is, it is the swabhava. Swabhava means it is the essence of everything. Essence of everything means if you take that essence out, nothing remains. So you see, it's the essence of space also. Essence of all golden ornaments is gold. If you take gold out, nothing remains. So to say that it is inside, it is outside, like that they explain, then you suddenly realize you are that, not the body, not the mind. It says, mantra number 4, it says, Nainadeva apnuvan purvamarshati. Devatas could not catch it because it was already there. Devatas means senses. It's not objects, and mind also. It's an object, it's a subject. It also gives the mantra number 6 and 7. They explain Swarupa Lakshana, and it says, Yastu Sarvani Bhutani Atmanyevan Pasadis Sarvabhuteshu Chatmanam Tatona Vijugupsa. It also gives the phala of that clarity that you are that pure consciousness being, awareness. The effect of that clarity is when you open your eyes also, you have that clarity. And your mind does not stop at the physical level of others or the mental level of others. You don't have conflicts with anybody. You have conflict when you reality to the past about that person. But you don't, you're living in the present now. Consciousness, all pervading. Everything is objectified. It appears and goes within it. So, tato na vijugupsate. Such a person does not hate anybody. Hatred requires mind, likes and dislikes. But you are using mind as a tool, not as you, not as ahankara uses it. Mantra number 6. Yasmin sarvani bhutani atmaeva bhut vijanataha. Those who see everything appears in me. Atma alone is everything. For him, tatra ko mohaha kashokaha. For such a person, how there is a delusion and then where is the sorrow? To have a sorrow, you need delusion first. Normally, people read it because of language, the way it is used. People say soka moha dega. They just that's why language is generally, but it's wrong. Moha, first moha has to be there. That's what happened to Arjuna. First he got deluded, then he got soka. He forgot dharma. That is delusion. He just identified the emotions, and then soka, he got totally, shot. So for a person who sees himself as the total existence, once you see yourself as a total existence, everything borrows existence from you. So you see, everything is a reflection in you. Like you are like a globe, crystal globe in which everything is sparking. But spark itself is possible because of the crystal to be behind it. That is Vikaracharya, that's what he says. Vishwam darpa dushyaman nagari tulyam nijantar gatam pasyannatmani maya bahiriva. Bhutam yatha nidraya sakshat kurute prabodha samaye swatmanamevadvayam tasmai sri. This is exactly what he says. Everything is appearing. Vishwam darpana dushyamana nagari tulyam nijantar gatam. It's real inside you. Pashyannatmani maya bahiriva. But Maya, you see it as though it's outside. What is there, Maya? In their mind is deluded through conditioning. When you wake up, then you're just like a dream. So basically, not only these mantras explain what is Atman, what is that infinite Satchit Ananda Swarupa, what is it? And then it explains its Swarupa, it's all pervading, essence of everything, number two. And it also explained if you connect with it as your true self, you do not get any delusion or any soka, and you don't hate anybody. Bhava is also given. Bhagavad Gita, quite a few slokas in Bhagavad Gita are based upon this. Chapter 6, I think 29th verse. Sarvabhutasthamatmanam sarvabhutani chatmani ikshate yuktatma sarvatra samadarshanaha. Inside out you see oneness. Not just when you close your eyes. Then when you open your eyes, then if you're not established, then you see again ragadvesha. No. So sarvabhutasthamatmanam sarvabhutani cha atmani. It has to be both ways. You have to see wave, water is in a wave, and same water is in the ocean, and everything is also water. That clarity you have. You should not have selectivity. Then you are not done. Then mantra number 9 and 10 and 11, they explain the benefits of doing. Now, Jnana part is done. This Upanishad delineates clearly. Now, Bhagavad Gita and all, and so those things they expound it further to clarify it. So now, mantra number 9 to 11, they talk about Nishkama Karma, Sakama Karma versus Sakama Upasana separate. They give limited results. When you do them together, then Kartutra Bhava and Bhotrutra Bhava will get diluted. Nishkama Karma, if you do for a dilutes your doership. Then Upasana, when you offer it to Bhagavan, every result that comes to you offer to Bhagavan, it dilutes your Bhoktrutva, enjoyership. Otherwise, enjoyership perpetuates doership, doership perpetuates enjoyership. So whole life goes like that. So by Nishkama Karma, you dilute Kartrutva, and then by Upasana, you dilute the Bhoktrutva. You have Prasada Buddhi, accept everything as it comes. You do your best, accept as it comes. But don't stop doing it, Bhagavan Krishna says. Karmanyevadhikariste. Mafalesh kadacha. But don't stop doing it. But you have to do it with Nishkama activity. Then vasanas will go away. So the Upanishad says, combine them together, samuchaya, then you get the best results. Then it says, mantras number 12 to 14, it talks about samuchaya of upasana, Hiranyagarbha upasana, where the mind becomes quiet and calm. But and also avyakta upasana, where your mind becomes totally absorbed in unmanifest. So Hiranyagarbha upasaka gets a lot of powers. Avyakta upasaka gets trance-like results. But if you combine them, you have trance-like with the awareness. Then you qualify for Hiranyagarbha, where you get further teaching from Bhagavan, Brahmaji, and then you go. Otherwise, you get powers. Hiranyagarbha, you just get powers. Hiranyagarbha, you just a lot of powers. Asta Siddhis. Then mantras 15 and 16, they Hiranmayena patrena satyasabhivitam mukham tattvam pushtam napavrunu satya dharmaya drustave. I have done upasana. I am qualified. Please remove my ignorance. I am not capable. The world is so enchanting. Please remove that luster, that attractiveness which is pulling me. Please remove that and then take me into your fold. So, then he's also talking to the Surya Bhagavan. Pushanne karshayama Surya Prajapatya Vyuha Rashmin Samuha Tejo Yatte Rupam Kalyanatamam Tate Pashyami Yosavasa Purushaha Sohamasmi. Here he says Adhibhautik, Adhidaivik is mental, and then at spiritual level also. You are me, you are me, you are me. You please help me. Hey Pushan, hey Surya Bhagavan, you are the controller of the whole world, the whole universe. Please collect your race and make me easier to come to you and move on further. I want to see your Kalyanatamam Rupam, pleasant and revel. And through you, I want to go to Brahmaloka. This is how the Karma Panda, Karma Pura Bhaga of Vedas is Karma. That teaches like that. When a karmisti goes through the Surya Loka. And then last two sloka we did today, which is the praying Agni Bhagavan. Hey Agni Bhagavan, you know what I did. You please remove, you help me to travel to the higher worlds, to the path of white path. And if I did anything wrong, kindly ignore them. I'm seeking refuge in you. And then help me in the path. So this is this body will drop, it will merge in ashes in the earth. The prana will join with the cosmic air, but I still have you. Please help me. Okay. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Let me chant again. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.